Today I'm building every single LEGO Avatar The Last Airbender set ever created. But there's only actually 2 official sets, so we're gonna have to build our own. Roll the clip.
Water. Earth. Fire. Air.
Long ago, the 4 nations lived in harmony, but then everything changed when the Fire Netflix decided to commandeer our storyline and turned it into a live-action adaptation that has fans worried, myself included. And God, I really hope the show is good. So before yet another streaming service changes the plot of a childhood favorite show, let's relive the nostalgia of having grown up with the show on Nickelodeon in 2005. And it may not shock you to know that the same mastermind behind the character development in the Clone Wars got his big opportunity from working on this show. So keep that in mind, and let's first look at the only 2 official LEGO sets ever released back in 2006. You see, LEGO partnered with Nickelodeon and created LEGO sets for their 2 biggest shows, but SpongeBob SquarePants was favored due to its extensive 14-season runtime, making Avatar The Last Airbender the shortest LEGO theme in history. This first set, the Air Temple, has 400 pieces and only cost $30 back in the day, but now it's over $200 even just for a used copy. And no, I didn't get the boxes for these because that would have cost me an extra $1,000. It comes with this little Momo and Aang's glider, which were specially made parts for the set. There's a catapult to shoot at the Fire Nation, this Fire Nation tank, and a cannon that shoots out these small discs. Bro got pinged. And these cool doors that open up when you airbend. Okay, not really. You actually just twist it, it locks, and then it unlocks. There's also a trap door and this launcher in the back to launch up Aang. Dang, that was like 6 play features. And looking back, I probably would have had a ton of fun with this set, but 12-year-old me decided to go for the big one. And I bought this Fire Nation ship, so it's crazy to have it again as an adult. This one comes with Katara. It also includes Aang, 2 different Fire Nation soldiers, and Zuko. Look at his little ponytail in the back. 722 pieces later, this hull is equipped with a detachable attack ramp in the front and an escape boat in the back. There's a brig to keep hostages in, a catapult to launch bricks into the sky and not hit anything like ever, and this 4-story tower that kinda lacks interior details, if I'm gonna be honest, minus the steering wheel on top. And it's a bummer that we only got these 2 sets, and I can't believe that they didn't include Uncle Iroh in this one.
To enjoy a cup of calming jasmine tea.
Also, if you take a look at these instructions, you'll see that there's no guide that shows you which parts to use, and it's basically like a spot the difference as you build. Also, the way the sets were designed back then had such minimal interior detail and focused a lot more on play features, which made kids use their imagination more and build their own things, which is exactly what we're gonna do to build a few characters we need to complete book 1. First up is General Zhao, who tries to use Zuko to find the Avatar and take all the credit. I recreated Zhao by barfing together official parts, so for a purist custom, I'd give this one like a 6 out of 10. Next is the Blue Spirit, which is actually Zuko when he needs to disguise himself to rescue Aang from General Zhao. And this character most resembles this figure from Marvel's Shang-Chi. 7 out of 10. Team Avatar also visits Kyoshi Island, Kyoshi, not Yoshi, and Sokka meets this girl named Suki, a female warrior that totally isn't better at hand-to-hand combat than Sokka. To make this one, I used a waist cape, Sylvie's torso, and Queen Amidala's face print. And since I don't have any LEGO fan pieces, I just gave her Loki's blades instead. I recreated the Wild Rebel jet with a shoulder plate and Rex Danger Vest's hairpiece, and I had to brick build King Boomy to capture that crazy fake hunchback and add in some custom facial hair details.
Delicious.
He may look like a big guy, but this guy is jacked, so it's fitting. This is Bato of the Water Tribe, and I gave him a scroll, which is the letter from Sokka and Katara's dad. Then as we get to the end of book 1, there's this girl named Yue, who's actually a moon spirit that Sokka totally crushes on. And I used these slopes to make her dress and also added in some custom hair.
What is that?
But we're still missing a major party member, and that's Appo. Wait, what? This clone trooper is Commander Appo, and you can tell by the arrow on his head and his name that this clone is a direct nod to the 6-legged flying bison named Appa. And Appa is basically like the gang's personal taxi that flies them anywhere. And if you want to see an even bigger Appa, then check out my friend Ant Bandit's video to see his creation. But Team Avatar wouldn't be complete without an Earthbender. Enter the blind bandit Toph, who actually runs away from her wealthy family in pursuit of a better life and adventure. So to build her, I used Jedi robes, Chirrut's face print for the eyes, and this hair, which I know isn't great. Now, if LEGO were to ever make sets from Book 2, then they should definitely include Uncle Iroh, so this is him wearing his Earth Kingdom refugee outfit. I wish I had a longer gray hairpiece for this one, but at least he has a piping hot cup of jasmine tea. He also comes with the shirtless variant in case he needs to fight. Zuko ditches the ponytail and grows out his hair, and together they run a tea shop in Ba Sing Se. Unfortunately, his sister Azula picks up the hunt for the Avatar and recruits her childhood best friends, May and Ty Lee, and together Team Azula hunts down Team Avatar. And the three of them go after Team Avatar.
3 on 3 plus Sokka.
I also had to create the Fire Lord Ozai, who happens to be Zuko and Azula's dad. I used a cloth piece and chest armor, which I wish was in maroon. And how great would it be to have custom hair pieces with the Fire Nation hair clips? Until then, this will have to do. Minifigs.me has a really nice set of LEGO Avatar minifigures with 360 prints and custom accessories, but they're a little pricey. And surprisingly, there really aren't any other custom Avatar minifigures out there, which I'm curious to see if that changes with the live action show. Also, side note, how cool would these skins be in Fortnite? With Aang using Appa as his glider, and there could be a LEGO version. Hands down though, one of my favorite characters is this cabbage merchant who just can't catch a break.
Oh, my cabbages!
I've recreated him in LEGO, complete with his cabbage cart, which unfortunately gets destroyed.
You're gonna pay for this!
Some really awesome LEGO set ideas would include the Spirit Oasis from the end of Book 1, a buildable Momo since LEGO really seems to love buildable creatures like Dobby, Stitch, and Grogu, or even the Omashu tea shop. But I think a really cool scene would be the duel at the end of Book 2, where it's Azula and Zuko versus Aang and Katara, which I've recreated in LEGO starting with this gray base plate that is totally not from another set. Anyways, I stripped it, added in some water, an archway, and these green crystals that seem to grow in these caverns. This battle takes place under the Earth Kingdom capital of Ba Sing Se, and in a total turn of events, Zuko, who seemed to have changed, ends up fighting together with his sister Azula. I built up a higher level so that we could have 2 separate scenes, and then I added in Zuko with a few trans orange pieces to make the fire bend, literally brick bending, and then I did the same thing with the water pieces for Katara. Since they're on these rotating plates, they can move around as an added play feature, and then I added in Azula and Aang up top. And just when things were getting nasty, King Boomy comes in and saves the day. If you've actually watched the show, you'll know that this is actually the biggest plot twist ever. No, not King Boomy, but what actually happens. So, to not spoil it, let's move on to some other builds that are so big they're actually life-size. First with this LEGO version of Sokka's boomerang.
Whoa, there's a beast! Yeah. Is that actually a nice scratch on your head? She looks unamused.
And this one is a life-size sculpture of Aang's head and shoulders, which is called a bust. And this model was designed by Bricker Builds just ahead of the Netflix live adaptation of the show. They've also got this mini Appa that looks like he's just a little baby. Appa, yip yip. I think he's too small to ride. Anyways, after hours, I got to the face and the ears clip onto the side of the head and the eyes just look so satisfying. But it's this azure blue Lego arrow that really seals the deal, and man was that satisfying to place. I even got to meet Aang in real life. That is, Lego Aang. And that's all thanks to Bricker Builds, who not only designed these life-size models, but hooked me up with the sets so I could show all of you guys. Building all of these sets and custom figures, though, took forever, so make sure you drop a like and let me know who's your favorite character in the show.